Hello everybody, my name is Tommy Watcher and welcome your faces back to Oxygen Not Included. Now, sad news, had to restart again. Turns out that for a while, geysers weren't spawning. I went through all of their update list and in one of their minor patches they said something along the lines of puffs now produce slime and geysers now spawn. And since I started in an update where the puffs weren't producing slime, I guess I was also in an update where geysers didn't spawn, and I couldn't find one. So, try again. Been playing it up, got a bunch done, got all of the research done, so you won't see computers laying about, because I can't even click that, it's just maybe because I don't have a computer, but all the research done, every single thing out of the way. And I destroyed them because I was getting tired of the overheating of the supercomputer. Interesting note though, I built the cold generator up here closest to a cold zone that I could. And for some reason, I don't know if it was patched or if it's because it's next to this absolute that just never gets above like 28 degrees. That's the hottest one right there. So you can pull up the overlay. That stuff just never heats up and it never freezes. It's just always somewhere in the temperature range of 20 to 30 degrees. That thing hasn't overheated at all. Like it hardly gets warm even. So cold generation has been wonderful for power generation. Earlier on though, I did have 2 running wheels and 2 dudes running it. Our testificates today, we got Tom, Tommy, and the Omni. No ladies in the first little run, but I've brought in a lot more than I have before. We have Bubbles, Lindsay, Harold, Miami, and Gossman. Gossman's the newest. And I've been a lot better about giving them proper living quarters with nice decor, so they've been nice and happy and stress has stayed down. Tommy is once again our master artist. No puffs this round. Didn't build biodistillers. There wasn't one nearby that I could use, but this whole thing was just full of water. And I'm down to the last little leg of it, but water hasn't been too much of a problem. You can see the system that I have there. Contaminated water comes into there. I have it pumped into 2 filters. They clean it and they pump it into there, and then they can climb down and get it whenever they need to move oxygen for one of the terrariums, but otherwise the only thing that's using it is the shower, which drains right back into contaminated water. On the note of water and geysers though, look what I found. It didn't take me very long, and there's a puffed, but I didn't get to him because I would have had to break through all the water. Just digging sideways and then, what do you know, there's a geyser. But I'm kind of scared of it, and one of the reasons why I'm getting back to the recording right now is because when this thing first started, there was a bunch of dirt and slime and whatever have you not that surrounds it that sealed it up right there. And then when this thing got full, that dirt broke. I'm assuming because of pressure, and then it filled this whole thing up too. But as you can see, we don't have a lot of room left. And this thing's getting ready to vent again. I don't know if the overpressure finally means that it's not going to emit any more steam, but I'm afraid for everything that is my base down here. So I figured, seeing as where we finally had a geyser for infinite water production, it would be fun to build the electrolyzer and move away from the algae terrariums into the modern era of gas piping. Though I will say the algae terrariums have done well for me, but algae is indeed a non-renewable resource for the moment. I guess it is renewable because we got the puffed, but they're so slow. And the biodistillers are slow, but I want to do it. That's it. That's all I want to do is I want to do it. But I'm not too sure about the design yet. I don't know exactly where I want to put it. Because again, these things create hydrogen, which means that I need an air filter to suck the hydrogen out. or make sure only oxygen comes out, and all that fun stuff. So I need to figure out where I'm going to dig it. Like, do I dig down into here and build it? Or do I just utilize all of this space right here and build it? And where am I going to send all the pipes and stuff? So I'm going to think about that for just a second. One other thing before I go into my super big thinking spree. I was able to build quite a few fancy suits. Not on Gossman because she's new, but there we go. Mia has one. And see, they're kind of sparkly gold. When the water level got to right there, harvesting the thimble reeds was pretty easy for a while. Now they're not in water, so they don't grow anymore, and I haven't been able to build a suit for everyone. But there for a while, everyone was getting all decked out, and it was nice. Okay, I think I'm gonna put it down in here somewhere. I'm still working out the details, because you need to pump it and keep it separate, the water separate from where you put your gas piping, and where am I going to pump the water to, and all sorts of stuff like that. That I'm still ironing out the fine details in my brain hole, but for now I think it'll be easy to drain the water down into this in a good way and not a flood your whole base kind of way. So whenever they're done eating snacks and decide to actually dig something before our friendly neighborhood Hatch decides to eat everything. Okay, I changed my mind again, as I do, but I'm like, we got all this extra space, why not use it? So this is a tentative design that I have done right here. Got the water pump, I'm gonna dig through there, I'm gonna let that flood in, hopefully be able to build that up fast enough. In fact, I might just queue up a few tiles worth right now. Seal that up. All of the plumbing and wiring is already done. Water will pump to the electrolyzer. Electrolyzer will do its thing. Gas pump that will pump to a gas filter. Oxygen will come out this way. Hydrogen will go up to the hydrogen generator. Sounds good. Don't know how it's gonna work when it all gets together, because that's already overpressurized. Don't know why. I mean, nothing's getting pumped whatsoever, but too much for it to handle, I guess. But we're about to have the moment of truth. Another thing that I've been doing is I've just been building everything out of the heavy watt wire. I'm like, it's really not worth it to have to replace it all later. I've got so much copper right now anyways, so we'll just tie that in right there, like that. And then we're gonna dig that much out. And the idea is when this thing finally overpressurizes, it'll do the last little bit of digging for us. Or maybe even filter out some clean water. But we'll find out. An interesting thing, though, is that is hot water. I mean, it is a geyser that emits steam, but that's hot water. Oh, and we have a new duplicate ready. It's been ready for a little while, but I've been ignoring it. Shall we see if it's anyone worth keeping? This is a slow learner. I don't really like that. Can't build. But she's very creative. That's interesting, because the highest I've been able to get creativity, the art of making on any of my duplicates is 4 or maybe 5, but not ever above that. So I've been waiting to try and pick up someone that has this interior decorator to see if they can't build a statue that is above quaint. Because see, the paintings are masterpiece, but sculpting is only quaint. I'm like, what happens when we print someone that has this super high creativity? So, I don't know how you say that name. Banhai? We'll pick Banhai. She has a little bit higher decor expectation, but that hasn't been a problem so far. And I want someone that can make pretty things. So come on out. Yeah. I'll have to get working on a new bed for her, but Tommy, you're no longer the artist. And also, for whatever reason, Bubbles is a really good cook. She started with 3. She's leveled up once to 4. So she's our resident cook. Everyone else is 1 or 2. And I'm all right with that. But we'll see how that comes along. Might as well start on the new bedroom. And I'll let her decorate it herself. I'm good at that. So now we see what happens. It's like sand. Sand will automatically filter contaminated, polluted water for you. If you have polluted water sitting on a sand bed and you dig it out just a little bit, it'll filter it into clean water for you. So I'm thinking, yep, there's water drops. Already got some coming out. She wants that water. So something that I should do quickly is block that up so that if that breaks, it doesn't just flood on over. Woo! It's already starting to work. Yeah. Wait long enough, I'm sure that'll break out. Oh, just missed it. That broke. And that is overheating. Oh. Yay. I don't know how I handle that. Other than gonna have to dig all the way down into this cold stuff. Yay. Also, electrolyzer is at max gas pressure, so it's not gonna be giving us anything. So I'm just waiting for that thing to break. I don't really know what I'm gonna do right now. I'm at a little bit of a loss. Seeing as where that thing's at max pressure and doesn't feel it needs to pump for whatever reason. But where these guys are going to be working, there's going to be lots of carbon dioxide. So I'm building a CO2 scrubber because I can. Another advantage that the CO2 scrubber might have is it might reduce oxygen pressure a little bit so that this thing will start working. Maybe we'll get 1 pump of gas out before the pump decides to break. Maybe, not hoping. So I may have had a flaw in my designs here. Not with this is all looking good. But this right here, because this is pretty full now. I was able to disable this one pretty much out of the water with that. The pipe has been running straight through, so for a long time that pump wasn't even going. It was just whatever. But I wanted to stop filling that up because I'm a little afraid of what's going to happen if that gets full. But it's still pumping. Can't turn it off. I was hoping maybe they could reach it from the bottom side, but they can't. So it's just going to be forever on. Anywho, in other news, this is done. I'm ready to break out right underneath that. I'm going to dig those 2 things and then have a dude book it. And the idea is all the water is going to drain down into this. And it's going to cool off down in here. And we'll have this pump it back up the line. I just have to hook it up. Plop. Butt up. And wait for him to finish that. Another thing that I've done is I've pretty much only been planting mealwood because I got so many mealwood seeds. I didn't know what to do with them all. I know there's a limited growth, I can only use them so many times and then they're done. But I had like 43 of those when it started. So I'm just waiting for them to run out before I do any of the briar. Because the briar is finicky. It can stifle really easy. And I just didn't want to have to deal with it. Also, there's a duplicate waiting, but I've been ignoring it. because who cares? I kind of want to take this guy, and he would be my last one. 10 is like the magic number for me, and he's just strong. But I haven't decided, because this guy's also good with his mole hands. He likes to tunnel, but he's anemic. And then this guy's just, they're all kind of good, every one of them in their own little way, but I'm just putting it off. Yeah, because other things to worry about for the moment. But I'll get back to you when I make the break. Are y'all ready for this? He's about to have boiling water dumped on him. I hope he runs quick. Oh, nope. He's gonna stop to pick up some dirt on his way out. Yeah, okay. Now we watch and see what happens. As all of the water drains out. Not draining super quick. I would have thought it would be going faster, but we'll just have to monitor its temperature and see what happens. It's at least cooling down. You see it going from red to orange, and the leading front is green. But hopefully, all of this absolute and cool temperatures just brings the water down a nice little bit. So, water not cooling down a lot. Cooling down enough that it's not breaking this, which is nice. I ended up tunneling out those two spots so that it could drain down and maybe cool off a little bit more. We got some polluted water mixed in, but for the most part I mopped it all up because, new thing to learn, it breaks machinery. If you send polluted water into something that needs clean water, like right here, some polluted water went in that, totally broke the whole air scrubber, just 100 to 0'd it. So had to fix that, mopped up the water. Right now I have these things disabled in the hopes that the shower will take most of this water and move it over there so that we can kind of equilibrium that. I also opened it back up so that they could start getting water out of that for the algae terrariums. And I just had them queue up a line to this electrolyzer. So that hopefully, since this thing isn't going to work, as soon as they finish that line right there, we should get water moving up to it. Maybe. Hopefully. Water's going the wrong way. Okay. Well, I will also have them deconstruct that, because it's not going to work. So, even though water goes to it, this thing's still not going to pump, because it's all pressurized, I guess. I don't know for sure. It's kind of strange. Don't get it. But on a positive note, this water is starting to cool off down at the bottom. Granted, it is the polluted water that's getting cold first, but it is down at the bottom. And then the regular water is following up after it. So maybe what I'll have to do is dig even deeper. We must go deeper, all the way to the bottom of this. And then just sort of let the water honeycomb its way through all that. And then it'll be cold and won't break things. See, like that still says it's scorching. According to our little temperature scale there, it's molten. But so long as it doesn't break that machine, I wouldn't be too upset about it. But I don't know. These things are starting to rack up. There's no liquid pump there anymore. That's a bug. We have to get textile and food for the micro musher. Those what those are. Insufficient oxygen generation. And every once in a while someone becomes idle because we don't have enough for them to do. But that's what we're sitting right now. Not exactly horrible. It keeps saying we have insufficient oxygen. But if we pull up the F7, it all looks pretty good to me. It's all the super light blue, except right down here by the CO2 scrubber. So, guess until that changes, I'm not gonna worry about the electrolyzer too much. I guess these things are still just making. I don't even know how that's working. You'd think if we didn't have enough oxygen generation, there'd be all of these carbon dioxide pockets building up, and then this thing would scrub and remove them, and we'd have unpressurized atmosphere, and then this thing would start pumping. But none of that's happening. So I don't know. I mean, no one's dying, so I guess that's good. But for now, I think I'll try and let them go to sleep and build some sort of pond for under food. What are they? Thimbleweeds. That way we can get everyone some nice little coats. But I don't know. I think we're sitting good. Again, no one's dying, not running out of oxygen, anything like that. So I will work on those thimble plants in the next episode, but gonna call it here. So thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next episode.